G'day guys, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. I'm David. Today I just wanted to talk about, you can see me through the trees there. Today I want to talk about groups and forest plantings and why I find that they're not that popular anymore, and I'm just wanting to work out why it isn't popular. Sorry, I had to do a voiceover because the microphone didn't work for the first half of the video, but it's coming back soon in a few seconds, so you won't have to hear the voiceover. But today's about why groups aren't that popular. I'd love to know your feedback, and hopefully you can hear me soon. Just wondering why. I guess for me, single trees are also quite, I think for most people, really enjoyable. Simple trees, one tree, one tree, easy to look after, easy to maintain. Well, possibly groups, I mean, they start out really good. They start out young and most people start them out, pretty young. And then you normally seedlings and they're quite easy to grow and so on. But then obviously when they start to mature, that's probably where people get stuck. I'm not sure if that's the issue. There's a lot of work then to be done. Even me, I've let unfortunately this group got quite sick, but I've slowly got it recovering. I've slowly added more trees to it and slowly building it back up and getting it more ramified just by simply not really wiring this tree as much. I've got a little bit of wire on it, but just clip and grow and picking out just picking out the branches I want to keep and trimming everything else off, trying to keep it trimmed up and I'm continually adding new trees to it. So over the last few years I've added 4 more trees to the group. I've got a few more I want to put in next winter to get it going, but I'm not sure if it's not appealing anymore to people. I think they're quite unique, quite spectacular. This is a Trident Maple group. I can't even, sorry about the pots, but I can't even get the top in because it's so tall. It's right up here, but it's actually really old Trident Maple stock from many years ago. Now the previous owner of this tree used to be the president of the club many years ago, probably 20 plus years ago, and I know the story behind this group. I know the story behind the trees put together. I know the story behind this pot even. This is an absolutely spectacular pot. I'll probably try and get a zoom in later, but the glaze is amazing. What it was is this pot was handmade for the previous owner in the 80s, I believe, in the 1980s. He sent measurements off to Japan. I think it's a Yamafusa pot, but I can't be sure. It's a stamp. It's got a stamp at the back. In the mid 80s, the glaze is amazing, handmade, shipped here, and he told me the price of what it all cost him to get it here, and I don't want to repeat it because it's got 4 digits. So it's very expensive, but it is spectacular, and that's the other reason I want to talk about is I did really. Thanks for all the support with the pots and buying pots. I had quite a few of you come over and purchase some more pots, and I've still got some more. Not that many left, but if you're keen, I'll do a little quick whip around and you guys can have a look. If you're in Melbourne, come on down. I'm happy to meet you. But if you're interstate, I'm happy to ship, and I've done a lot of shipping to interstates as well. But what I want to talk about, I've come back to the groups because these beautiful trays that I've got here. There's a couple of white ones and a nice brown one just down here. It's like people are just not interested anymore, and I'm just trying to figure out why. I'd love to know your comments. Put some comments in below why people don't really do groups anymore. I don't really do them as much anymore, but I love this one. I think having at least one group in your collection is a great idea. So yeah, it's just why is it so? I'm a bit perplexed. I think it's probably a fad, maybe there's different fads going on, different what's in, what's out, what's in at the moment in bonsai. I think in Australia, a lot of the Australian natives now are really in, and people are doing a lot of Australian natives, which is really cool. So that's probably something that's happening right now in Australia. Groups, you do see groups of Australian natives in terms of tea tree groups that look quite awesome and spectacular. So. But I don't see many, exotic groups being put together. I don't see many maples being put together. I know a couple of growers who still have really awesome maple groups and so on, but nothing new gets created anymore. But I think they're quite unique and quite spectacular. But anyway, just a nice short video on that, and if you want any pots, I'll do a whip around. Keep promoting them. Not that many left now, and I'm coming down to my last lot. So I'll just grab the camera now and show you some more pots. Okay. Anyway, guys, if you're keen on any pot purchases, these are the trays I was telling you. These are Japanese. This is about I think it's about a 40 centimeter pot across or so. Sorry, make a lot of noise. That's a nice, interesting pot too. Longer, maybe a good could have a native in that, native group in there. But where is the stamp? Yeah, somewhere there. There you go. And then a white version of that other one, a much bigger pot, maybe a 50 centimeter pot. Again, lovely. Nice deciduous group in this one. Nice Japanese pot there. Love the colour of that. The previous owner drilled some holes in it many years ago to get more drainage into it. That's why that's like that. I've also got this last Japanese pot as well. Bit of an interesting pot. It's you could have a single tree. We have to have a very low root system, or where's that? Yeah, that's another one. Or you can have a small group in that too. It's a nice Japanese one too left. Not many there. These are just some standard trays. I don't know if people are keen on these. These are not too bad. These aren't Japanese, but they're quite nice if you want to put a group together. That's a really shallow pot. Really shallow for a nice, very interesting group. I reckon you can use it as a psyche or pinging. So if anyone's into pinging, these are good pots, I think. Any trays of top trays are good for pinging, I reckon. I've got some little Cascade handmade pots there, some smaller Cascade little pots there. I've got these gorgeous little pots as well here. They're quite interesting glaze. You would have seen them before as well. Some nice interesting glazes on that. Then I've got some over there. They're about medium size, 25 centimeters wide. These are quite nice. That's a beautiful pot there. These are quite interesting, nice sized pots for, single trees, decent size. That's a quite a nice pot. A bit light. These are my clearance pots. There's some sort of issue with them, but if you can have a look, I think that's all I got left. So it really isn't that much. So if you can, just hit me up and point out which ones you're interested in, and I'll let you know. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video today, and I'll see you soon.